If you've been calling yourself lazy, you're probably just unclear. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to give you a clarity system you can run anytime. A 3-step reset that turns hesitation into momentum today. Here's what we'll cover. First, we'll reframe what feels like laziness. Then I'll teach you the clarity reset, define done, minimum next step, and a 10-minute time box. We'll practice it together, walk through real-life scenarios, handle the most common blockers, and finish with a screenshot-worthy recap you can use every day. Most people don't have a motivation problem, they have a decision problem. When a goal is vague, your brain can't see a finish line, so it stalls. That stall feels like laziness. It's not laziness, it's missing clarity. When you make the finish line small and visible, action gets easier because your brain finally knows where to start and what done looks like. Here's the reset in one sentence. Define a concrete done in one line. Name the smallest step that proves you've started, set a 10-minute timer, and go. It's tiny, repeatable, and fast. You can run it before your brain has time to overthink. Step 1. Define done. Ask yourself, if this goes well, what's the smallest done I can be proud of today? Keep it to one sentence. If your sentence includes the word and, you're probably holding 2 tasks. Split them. Examples. Work. Draft the first 5 slide headlines for tomorrow's presentation. Health. Walk 20 minutes after lunch. Home. Email 2 plumbers to request quotes. Each one is small, clear, and finishable today. Step 2. Minimum next step. Shrink the entry point until it's almost laughably easy. Ask, what's the smallest action that proves I've started? Aim for 2 to 5 minutes. Examples. Work. Open the slide deck and type only the 5 titles, no polishing. Health. Put shoes on and start a 20-minute timer, no debate. Home. Paste a quote request email template and add 2 vendor addresses. The goal is to remove friction so starting is obvious. Step 3. The 10-minute time box. Set a timer for 10 minutes and begin. Don't negotiate with yourself. Your only job is to stay with the task until the timer ends. Most people keep going because friction disappears after the first minute. If you stop at 10, that's still a win. You built a little trust with yourself, and tomorrow's restart will be easier. Let's practice together with a short guided run. Think of one task you've been avoiding. I'll give you prompts. Pause me if you want more time. First prompt, say your one sentence done out loud. Keep it concrete and finishable today. Second prompt, name your minimum next step, something that takes 2 to 5 minutes and proves you've started. Third prompt, imagine setting a timer for 10 minutes. When this video ends, press start and begin. You're not waiting for motivation, you're creating momentum. Now 3 frictions that break clarity, and quick fixes that work in the real world. Friction 1, perfectionism. That's aiming for great before you've got good. The fix is to promise a messy first pass. Your only job in the first 10 minutes is to produce something you can refine later. Friction 2, context switching. Too many tabs, too many decisions. The fix is 1 tab, 1 timer. If you need supporting documents, pin them before you start so you don't wander. Friction 3, decision debt. Too many choices stall action. The fix is to limit yourself to 3 reasonable options. Pick one and run the timer. You can pivot after you've started. Let's apply the reset to common situations so you can hear how it sounds. Scenario 1, presentation. Done equals 5 slide headlines. Minimum next step equals open the deck and type those titles only. No formatting, no images. Time box equals 10 minutes. At the end of 10, you have a skeleton. Momentum unlocked. Scenario 2, fitness. Done equals a 20-minute walk. Minimum next step equals shoes on, timer on. Time box equals 10 minutes. Once you're moving, you'll usually finish the 20. If you don't, you still win. You started. Scenario 3, admin. Done equals 1 quote request email. Minimum. Next step equals paste the template and add 2 vendor addresses. Time box equals 10 minutes. Hit send if it's ready. If not, schedule it for later. Progress you can feel. Let's add a few more to show breadth. Content creation. Done equals outline 3 bullet points for a 1-minute video. Minimum next step equals open a new doc and type the 3 bullets. No scripting yet. Time box equals 10 minutes. Writing. Done equals a messy first paragraph. Minimum next step equals open the draft and write 2 ugly sentences to get moving. Time box equals 10 minutes. Decluttering. Done equals clear 1 kitchen drawer. Minimum next step equals empty the drawer onto a towel. Time box equals 10 minutes. In each case, done is small, the first step is tiny, and the timer makes it real. If you're still feeling stuck, one of 3 things is happening. Either your done is too big, your next step isn't tiny enough, or your environment is fighting you. Fix number 1, shrink the scope, halve the outcome. 5 slide headlines becomes 3. 20 minutes becomes 10. Fix number 2, shrink the step, make it even smaller. Opening the file might be enough to start. Fix number 3, shape the environment, remove 1 friction. Put your shoes by the door, close the extra tabs. Lay out the document template. Let's talk about interruptions. Life happens. If you're interrupted during a time box, pause the timer if you must, handle the interruption, and then restart the timer from the beginning. A clean restart beats a fragmented session. If the interruption will be long, capture your exact next step on a sticky note before you step away. That one line makes re-entry painless. What about days when you're depleted? Use the floor and ceiling approach. The floor is your tiny, non-negotiable. 2 minutes to start the task, or even 30 seconds to name your done in writing. The ceiling is optional. If energy shows up, keep going. The win is the floor. You showed up. Now a quick FAQ. What if I don't know my real goal? Then your done becomes decide between A, B, or C by writing 1 sentence for each option. Your next step is to open a blank doc and type those 3 sentences. Run a 10-minute timer and pick one. What if every task feels urgent? Then clarify the finish line that moves the big rock first. If 2 tasks are truly equal, flip a coin and start the timer. The cost of delay is higher than the cost of a wrong choice. What if I'm worried the timer will stop me right when I'm finally in flow? Great, set a second 10-minute block. Time boxes create focus, not handcuffs. Let's do a second guided run to lock this in. Choose a different task, maybe something you've procrastinated on for a while. Say your 1 sentence done out loud. Make it smaller than you think. Now say your minimum next step, the action that proves you've started. Picture your timer counting down from 10 minutes. Imagine how it will feel at minute 3 when the friction drops and your brain shifts from I should to I am. That shift, from intention to action, is what we're after. Before we wrap, here are 5 micro techniques that supercharge the reset. 1. Pre-decide your starting context. Pick the tab, the file, and the location before you begin. Just 10 minutes. 3. Anchor the reset to a cue. Run it right after coffee or right after lunch at the same place every day. 4. Keep a first step library. Save templates for emails, outlines, and checklists, so the minimum step is truly minimum. 5. Celebrate the start. Mark a tiny checkbox when you finish the 10 minutes. Your brain learns that starting is rewarded. Now, your daily recap you can screenshot in your mind. Define done in 1 sentence. Name the minimum next step that takes 2 to 5 minutes. Set a 10-minute time box and begin. The win is starting, continuing is optional. If you feel stuck, shrink the scope or the step, or fix 1 piece of the environment. 1 tab, 1 timer, 1 tiny win. Make this a habit. Run the clarity reset once in the morning and once after lunch. 2 small starts a day compound fast. Projects feel lighter because your brain trusts you to begin, and trust is the real productivity hack. If you want a reusable system with prompts, templates, and real-world examples, grab Clarity Refined. Link is below and in the pinned comment. Don't save this for later. Pick a task, define done, name the minimum step, and start your 10-minute timer. You're not lazy, you were just unclear. I'll see you after your first 10 minutes.